Hello. I'm at my favorite co-op in Minneapolis, specifically the Uptown neighborhood. There's a really long line to go in. It's called Wedge. The Wedge Community Co-op. It's amazing. It's on Lyndale. It's on the north side of Uptown. Yeah, there's a lot I could say, but I'm just going to focus on the fact that I'm getting through some feelings, and it's going to be okay. And you can get through some feelings too, and it can be okay for you too. And there's a lot to do on the earth for others and for ourselves. Love your neighbor as yourself means you have to learn to love yourself. If you don't know how to love yourself, if you don't know how to put yourself at the center of your life in the sense of build a life, have a savings, care for yourself, care for your mental health, care for your emotional health, your physical health, your spiritual health, caring for all of those things has to kind of come first for you to be a resource for anybody. And so it's going to feel selfish. It just is. If you're a sensitive person, you're going to feel like, or you're going to have lived a whole life around some sort of internalization of a belief that you inherited, and you're going to feel selfish. So I'm going to tell you about my dreams, but I'm going to do it with the ukulele. And then I'm going to go back, and I'm going to try to make some things happen today. Okay, quickly, because I have a lot to do, and I'm in a parking lot without going in the Wedge. I love the Wedge so much, but we have co-ops by us, so I'll go to a co-op another day. And that line is like insanely long. Okay, music dreams. Step 1, write a song. Step 2, make a movie. Step 3, make a rainbow out of paper. And step 1, go to school. Step 2, get a degree. Step 3, teach lessons. Just talking right now. This isn't the song I wanted to write. What I'm trying to say is I realize I've had a splitting headache for most of my life, but it's a kind of weird kind of headache. It's not like one you can feel, but then I just started feeling it the other day. I won't say how long ago, because some people's solution in a moment like that is to just take a lot of meds, take a lot of drugs, and numb it out, zone it out. But I know it's my body trying to get my attention, trying to get me to listen and not scatter myself like a seed. It wants me to make a great big plan to take all this truth, to take all these seeds and put them in one place and make a dream out of me, out of me, out of me, out of me. So I had this idea for a show. I think it would be called Jitter in Rainbow Land, like the fake one that I did a long time ago, but I don't think it would be like that. I don't think it would be a pressure. Maybe it'd be called Jessica in Rainbow Land, to give it a name that's something different, but also because I like that better. It's like Alice in Wonderland, except it's Jessica in Rainbow Land. Anyway, I would put in little clips of things like this. I'd just find a clip that I like of something like this, and I'd use little title cards, and I'd use cute filters, and I'd do doodle videos where I talk to you about, motivation, inspiration, condensation, evaporation. Just kidding. And maybe I'd wear cute costumes sometimes. And maybe I'd do some dance videos. Maybe I'd include some old songs. I don't know. I'd let it evolve over time, but I'd try to script it out, because scripting used to be one of my favorite things to do. I wrote musicals when I was 22, but also when I was in 7th grade, and maybe when I was in 3rd grade too. I don't know. We made all kinds of plays when we were kids, and I had so much in me, and I used to feel like I needed to finish up these serious trauma songs and then make happy things for kids. And it's like, you don't have to split yourself. You don't have to split your life. Nowadays, kids listen to crazy rap with swears in it, but then they just make a kid's version real quick where they take out the swear. But it's like, really, Jess? You think you're not appropriate for kids? You're appropriate. You're appropriate enough. I mean, none of us are. None of us are. And you don't have to be. I'm not marketing it to kids. I just want to make it family friendly. That's who I am. I'm like a Disney movie. I'm like a Pixar movie. I'm like the movie Inside Out. I want to change you. I want to turn you inside out. I want the insides to come out and be something the world can use and be something I can use. I just watched a guy come out of his house with his bag to go to the co-op, and he saw the line and he turned around and he went right back inside. It was the cutest thing ever. He came out so full of joy. He kind of reminded me of one of the singer-songwriters I know. Oh no, he just went back inside for no reason. It wasn't for that. Well, maybe he went back inside. Maybe he forgot something. Anyway, the problem with scripting is you don't get to have these silly moments. So I think I'll continue making behind the scenes videos because this is how I think things through. This is how I decide what to do. This is how I decide what to do. It's how I think things through. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm 6 months behind here, so that gives me a lot of a buffer time. It's not like you're going to steal my ideas anyway, but also, even if you were going to, you won't see this video for 6 months. So that always gives me time. So I can work out my dreams, and I can choose to keep a video private. So, in lieu of having a collaborator in this world that I really trust to work with, because I've worked with some people, and no offense, it just hasn't gone that well. Or it just hasn't kept the flow going. It's kind of like living in a 4 seasons environment, and the flow is going, and then suddenly it's winter. Or suddenly there's a storm. But when it's me, like when it's just me, it's like when I was in 8th grade, I remember there were group projects, and I got a C one time when I always got A's, and I was like, I don't know about these group projects. I don't know about group projects. I don't know about group projects. I got too many dreams. I got big dreams and ideas and things splitting at the seams. I want to live this life. I want to be like. Someone is like, oh, I thought they were boxing me in, but they were just parking behind me. Well, anyway. I'm going to be done with that song for now because I'm in a parking lot taking up valuable space that other people could use. All because I wanted to sing a song. Well, I hope you have a lovely day. It's really because I just wanted to document my drive through Uptown. It's a place that contains memories of my younger self from 15 years ago. And so separate from anything else. No matter how I feel about any new places, no places that are new are ever going to contain my past self as much as an actual place that my past self was. And there's something really comforting and nourishing about that I've barely gotten to have in my life. So thank you, Uptown, for holding my own memories. And maybe that's why I want to live closer to Chicago, because I left a lot of my past self there too. When I was coming here, it was when I was living in Chicago. The whole time. The whole time I ever came here and hung out in Minneapolis was when I lived in Chicago. So it was weird. So I experienced this as a small city, because compared to the city I lived in, this was a small city. Which is so weird and wonderful. It's cool. Growing is cool. I'm excited to live in St. Joseph. I'm excited to buy a house with the love of my life. I'm excited to get a dog someday. I'm excited to figure out about investments and how to get a Roth IRA and all that kind of stuff and save money and not be a poor person my whole life. I'm excited to figure some basic things out. Just how to adult just enough to be okay. Not just rent and pay off my school debt all the way until I'm 50 or 60 or something crazy like that. You know, some people get a head start. Some people shoot themselves in the foot. I did both. But it's okay. Or at least I'm gonna say it's okay so that I can move forward. And that's what I feel. And I'm gonna start to do cool things. Cool, scripted things that are bigger than what I've been doing. Because I've been acting like I want your approval of this. Just constant behind the scenes. But it's like, behind the scenes of what? Like, you can give me your approval all day, but I don't approve of it. I want this to be behind the scenes. But in order for this to be behind the scenes, I have to ask myself, behind the scenes of what? Not just lo-fi albums that I made in one weekend. Not just Instagram posts. Capturing unending songs. Like, yes, everyone knows I can write hundreds of songs a year. I had set out to prove that, or I had set out to use that so you knew my voice. I had set out to share the questions in my heart and the conflicts in my heart and the love in my heart and the spiritual wisdom and questions in my heart, and I had set out to give it all away, and I have. And I will continue being behind the scenes, but I need to start. I can feel it. It's like a top of my head feeling of like, it's an answer to a prayer. It's a behind the scenes of what? And I have one idea that's exciting me right now, and it's not the thing I was going to spend this week doing. No, I was never going to record that album this week. I had just said that. Oh my gosh. Okay, I need to finish checking in with myself, because the thing I was about to pressure myself to do all week was an old dream from like 3 months ago, and my life has evolved since then, and you just got to keep up. You can't pressure yourself to do old dreams. You have to keep up. If a dream shifts and changes, you just have to let it. It's okay. So let it change. Let it change you. Let your feelings change you. Let yourself course correct. My brother tried to teach me that 10 years ago in Minneapolis. Course correcting is good. You put a point out on the horizon of something you want to do or achieve, and then you try it. And if it feels off, you course correct. And you adjust the dream. Okay. I'll go in the Wedge some other time. Maybe when it's not COVID. Or when I don't have somewhere I really kind of want to be, which is back at my brother's house. So I always journey long enough till I find an answer. And then when I want to go back, it pulls me. Okay, bye.